Hello, Music Multiverse listeners, and welcome back to Beyond Your Radio. And this, it's Keep It Dark, episode number 20 of 2025. It'll be the final episode of 2025. Tonight, we explore a jazz rock fusion eeriness that it's one part nightmare, maybe another part melodic entrancing, and another part just wondersome. Not only do I get to share with you the unique position in jazz of this duo, their darker position, we'll call it, an incredible ear for unique sound within the framework of jazz's little shadow areas, which obviously rarely get explored to this extent. But we also get to have one of the band members join us via Germany to share their unique perspective and how this all came to be and obviously where it goes from here. So tonight we investigate one of 2025's great new jazz records, a self-titled, we'll call it a debut. They had an EP prior. This is Keep It Dark, Eerie Nightmare Jazz with Mellowdeath. First, let me welcome Isabel Merten. Guten Abend.
Hi.
The drummer, Sarah, I think it's Nydorf.
Nydorf.
Yeah. She couldn't join us today. Again, all of these people have real jobs, so they got to work. I want to thank you and my connection from Ear Split Records for putting this together. I mean, what I'm going to do here is I'll kind of swoon over the record and in my humble opinion and my placement, and then you can exonerate me and say how I'm right, or you can just tell me I'm wrong, and it's you can tell us exactly why this all came to be. So when it comes to darkness in jazz, it's been present since its forming in the 19th century. One of music's major foundational musical categories, for sure, and maybe besides the blues, my favorite. It's been tempted by the dark fruits and the labors over wondrous centuries, including those from blues, ragtime, African rhythmic styles, rituals, and spirituals. And that sound kept evolving, and including like swing and bop and a whole lot more, including rock and roll. And now, well, with our German duo here, I believe even a bit of punk. So you can easily come to the darker side of jazz with Miles Davis, the somberness of Monk, and then even Coltrane. But there's an uneasy yet fabulous inclusion of post-rock infusion. I'll mention Buckethead as a familiarity in the mix that most of our listeners might be familiar. That being kind of concocted through all kinds of groove. I got a little bit of doom, and of course punk, and even a moodiness that attaches itself to a film you've never seen from the best psychedelic schizophrenic director you'll never know the name of. This is one hell of a place on the musical map of jazz. And it's these two musicians tonight, and obviously I've only got one on the show, but that's okay. This is a duo, which is even crazier, that have found a way to become basically a dark pioneer of the modern 21st century jazz rock fusion. I'm not sure if they like that label or not, or if selling that to a label, and when I say a label, I'm talking about Sony Records or horrible Universal Records, who likes to stop all our videos for playing music. But actually, they're on Cruel Nature Records, I believe. Is that correct?
On Cruel Nature Records.
It's what it says in the bio. Are you on Cruel Nature Records?
We have released nothing, and we are not in no label until now.
Okay.
So we are searching a label, but how you say it, it's a very special new genre. And it happened. It's not that we met and we say, oh, maybe we can do nightmare jazz and very dark, doomy jazz. It happened as we met and we made music together. So and always the people want to put something into to a
A category.
box, and
Mhm.
with our music it's not possible.
No.
So until maybe we have a label now, I don't I didn't describe nothing, under wrote nothing.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Well, we'll
I
find
don't
out. We'll
think so.
find. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. My thought process there was like, how again do you? It see in movies you have to pitch them, right? The idea. But with music, it's just somebody who falls in love and says, "I want to sign that band," right? That's really what happens. And
Yeah.
so we'll get to that because the two of you have come from a variety of backgrounds with other bands and musicians. So that'll be interesting for a lot of people, especially people who know a few of them. So when it comes to albums like these, they are beautifully, wickedly ear catching. I'm scared to call it what I think, especially when I can call upon the duo themselves to tell me their cauldron of jazz and rock mischief and mayhem that finds its eerie way and to this incredible piece. The road to their success in my ears, as well as those in the biz, will kind of look to this as you're starting out at the grassroots of it all. This is not going to be something you immediately can put and make a cash cow out of, right? These are labors of love. This is not your Taylor Swifts of the world. This is not your Brad Meldieu or those kind of guys and ladies.
Mm.
So, or Diana Krall, I guess would be another in the jazz standard realm. So I bring in Isabel Mellowdeath. Okay.
Mhm.
What is it? Weich, mellow in German.
Mellow, yes,
Okay.
soft,
So
weich,
you
so,
got
so,
you
so
guys aren't
softer
mellow.
Tod.
Yeah,
Der sanfte Tod
I'm just dude.
in German.
So you guys aren't mellow in any way, shape, or form, but it's Mellow Death. Tell me about the
Yes,
name.
yes. How the name became?
Yeah.
Because my English is not so good, and Sarah comes from the United States, so at the beginning we were talking in English, but and so I was talking about the melody. I wanted to say melody, and then I say melody instead of melody. And then we thought, oh, melody, that could be because the melodies in our music,
Yes.
always the melody dies. And so, but we thought, oh, melody, it's not so easy. It's not that good name. And another name for die, so it was death. So Mellowdeath.
But
And the mellow dies and the melody dies. So yeah, that's the root of the name.
fantastic. Best band name ever that I've ever come to get to know. That's fantastic. The songwriting experience and the instrumental eeriness. Where does it start? Your bass, she's drum. How did that all come together?
Mm. So we're living for more than 400 kilometers in 400 kilometers distance. So, and it's more than a 5 hour drive to come to Berlin for me. So because I'm working here, it's not so easy to get a job in Berlin. And I have here, if you're working with music or theater, it's not so easy to get a fixed job. So I don't go to Berlin and stay here, and because of my job. And so mostly it's not so easy to write songs together, and we are not rehearsing a lot. So most of the songs, there are some songs I write totally at home, and some songs I have some ideas of some riffs, some melodies also. And then we come together and I bring ideas, and then something. Sarah always have great ideas to sometimes a part change totally, or we take it like it is. And so sometimes also how the different parts come behind. We mixed the what's the name, after and after, not the part E is now is part
You're just
X.
shifting
I
it.
don't know, that's that we yes we make it different. Now we started more doing also doing some that we make a session and something happens and then I take it home, that what happened in a session, one or two parts, and then I work with this parts at home and bring new parts to this part, and then we meet again, and so part to part a song comes to life.
When you say session, is that in Berlin then you're
It's
traveling?
normally it's in Berlin, yes.
Is that is that a studio or is that just somewhere?
A rehearsal room.
A rehearsal room. Okay, so you're
Yes.
recording on an iPhone or
Yes. Yes.
wow. Is it it's
Yes.
that good, right? It's just that good? It's good enough?
I only need the idea, so
Okay.
I have to record the idea, and then normally we have an end result of two or three good parts, and I take them home, and so I can work on these parts
Okay.
more. Or I have at home, I go to the rehearsal room at home, and I don't know where it comes, this strange things out of my brain, because I'm a very funny person more, but when I make music, something very moll, very dark often happens also. And I can't play dur. I don't know. I tried it once to play
You
dur. It's
tried it?
not possible. I always have to play moll. And if I play funny parts, they are not really in dur, I think. So
Okay.
yeah,
No, that
it happens. I don't know where it
a
comes from.
prior interview with a band from Spain, their main songwriter, he just says, I'm a very happy guy, but I love it dark." So
Mm,
yeah, it happens, right? It just is.
yeah.
Yeah. So influence wise, so here we are. You're an incredibly good bassist. I mean, people who listen to the record will know. They'll know immediately. So tell me your influences. Like you're a kid. What are you listening to growing up? And then now you're here where you are. What influences to this make you fall into where you're at? I mean, jazz
Mm,
itself. It could have been rock. Could have been anything.
yeah. I started very late to make music. Very late. I started with guitar
Okay.
with 19 years with a punk band. So, and my first three bands, in my first three bands, I was playing guitar, and then I also changed to drums. And I had a band where I was playing drums, guitar, and bass. And we were changing the instruments all the time. And but then I thought, wow, drums are really cool because of the rhythm. And no, guitar is not really my thing. I need more the groove. And then I thought, no, bass is the thing between both. So I can play my melodies. um, and but I have this rhythm thing, and so I changed to I'm not playing guitar or drums anymore. I was never very good in that, and so the bass is my love. But music, for music, I was influenced, I think, at home more from classic music
Okay.
and from Latin American music, because
Latin
my father
American.
grew up in Cuba. So at home we were hearing a lot of salsa music, and so maybe it's one of the reasons of the strange. My father was listening a lot of Wagner.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't like Wagner, but
Yeah.
he were playing a lot of records at home, and he loved Wagner. So yeah, So I think it's strange, but I think it's an influence from what I'm doing, maybe.
It's in the back of your it's in the
Yeah,
back of your
maybe,
mind. Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
And I always had to think that I don't want this four texts for 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's also a funny thing that I was playing on drums a song a long time ago, and I didn't um, uh, uh, um, I was playing a 7/8 rhythm, but I thought it's a 4/4 rhythm, because for me, often things who are very strange, for me they sound not strange. I don't know. And when I come with my ideas to Sarah, she's all, because Sarah love very strange. Also, sometimes I'm playing something who don't have a metrum, and Sarah brings their structure inside of my metrum less things. So I don't know where this this love for this strange rhythms and rhythm changings comes. I don't know.
It's when you, especially when you, the album starts off with Demon Slither, right? Yeah. Um, you can tell right off the bat that you don't want to conform to a certain pattern. You know,
Mm.
it's the rhythm, right? And it's yeah. Um, what was I gonna go with there? Is there like do you feel that your band is in that place with other bands that have that similar label, like Club, was it Born, the Club of Gore, Kilimanjaro Dark Jazz
Uh-huh.
Ensemble? Do you, did you
Mm-hmm.
know of their existence, or were
Yeah,
you
yes,
just
that's
okay
they are famous. Born in the
in
Clip
Europe,
of
right? Yeah,
Gore. Yes, they are very famous, and they are doing the opposite of us a bit, because they are so slow, and it's so
yes.
difficult to play that slow like they are playing. Really great, great. I love them a lot.
I like that
Um,
you made that connection that it's slower. That's a beautiful uh contrast between the both.
mm,
Yeah. Okay. Good.
yeah.
Yeah. So you meet Sarah. How?
I was playing with I have two other duos, and I was playing with one of my duos who also is a drum and bass duo. But in this duo, No Chronicles, we are both singing. The drummer also is singing and playing a little bit keys. And Sarah saw us in a show in Berlin, and then after the show, she came to me and said, "Oh, I want to make music with you." Because that is what I want to do at a bass and a drum duo, and I think with you that would be perfect. So, and then she gave me her name, and I was looking in internet about her, and then I thought, no, that's maybe a little bit a number too big for me to play
Oh,
with Sarah.
because the Brian Johnstown massacre thing, or
That came after that, but no, she was a kid genius. So
oh
I
oh
found
okay.
I found a film from her where she's like 12 and she's playing with old metal hats and is playing like hell. And I was thinking, so, oh, can I do that? Wow. And then all my friends, no, you are also very good. And me, no, no, I'm not, I can do it. So then I didn't phone her. And after 1 year, I met her at a party. then we saw us, and she said, I still want to make music with you. And then we met after a year. We met the first time for a rehearsal, and my hair was like this after that rehearsal, electricity pour, and a big laugh was started to begin.
Good
So
stuff.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I wanted to, if she was on, I wanted to ask her what clips she would want me to use. Cause yeah, I saw those too. Her on the drums. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't know whether she would, I want more newer, less, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, crazy. I'm assuming that, that dabble of instruments. Okay. So I try to get everybody in the mindset here. So I tell you bass and drum. I can tell you that there's more going on than bass and drum. My
Yeah.
problem is I don't know whether you're manufacturing it out of the bass guitar or you're manufacturing out of a some uh, electronified something or other gadget because I'm not a musician by any trade. So how does it? I know that also. Let's get this. You guys are planning to have another version of this record out that's
Mm-hmm.
just the drum and bass, right?
Yeah.
I'm like drooling for that one. I can't even imagine
Mm-hmm.
what that's going to sound like. So how does this? Because the first album, everything's Death Stares. That's right. Because
Mm-hmm.
you're both staring ahead.
Yeah.
And every song has death in it.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about those records and making those and where today this Mellowdeath debut is.
Yeah. The first album, there were only one guest in one song.
Okay.
So I recorded it at home in Bielefeld. We recorded it in Bielefeld, in my home city. And I mixed it, the half, and the mastering and the end of the mixing was done by a friend who's a sound engineer. So, and the second album, we always had some guest musicians because Sarah knows millions of people in Berlin who are great musicians. And for surprise, often she came with this guitar player Marco Bianchi, and she said,
Yeah.
"Look, I knew this great guitar player. Will we do something with him?" So, but it's all this the songs with the guest musicians are are duo songs with both of us, and the musicians, the guest musicians, we gave the songs to the guest musicians, so they had no influence of the structure or something. They only did put their ideas into the music. We also had
Okay.
some guest musicians who didn't fit. So it happened that we gave something to someone and it was not really fitting. So yes, and for me, it's not so important, I think, with the guest musicians. Maybe also because they are more friends of Sarah. For me, it's okay to make a duo, and when we're playing live, the people love it that we are a duo. But maybe for listening to an album, it's more the people want to hear more instruments than a bass and drums. But a
Do
lot
you
of
bring the
people,
elect when you play live? Do you bring pre-recorded or looped in?
no, never.
No.
No, no,
Wow.
no. We playing as a two-piece band normally. And sometimes the one of the guitarists, Marco Bianchi
My children.
or Rachel Glass,
Oh, okay.
Glass, I don't Glass. I don't know her back name at the moment. So join us. And we also had a theremin player named Tekla from Iceland. She was
Wow.
playing one song long time ago, and she also came to the album from Iceland and played something to it. So, but normally we are a two-piece band, and this yes, the songs the basis of the songs is from Sarah and me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can definitely feel hear that, and the consumption of it is so darn good. I just there are just times when you're playing bass, I can hear other effects, and I'm wondering if you're
Mm.
playing that at the same time because it's just possible for you, or because you played guitar, you said you even dabbled in keys, so I'm sure is the theremin even in your wheelhouse too?
I have a theremin, yes, that's
Yeah,
true,
I
but
thought
I
so.
don't play it in the album. I studied music for being a teacher, and we had a very cool professor, and he built theremins with us.
Wow.
Yes, so we had a class building a theremin, and so then I built a theremin, and I did so all the performance stuff with this theremin, and then it broke down, and did had nothing to do anymore with the theremin, and then Sarah came with Tekla with the theremin. So yeah, that was really nice because she's a theremin is one of the most difficult instruments to play, and so I used it always more than a performance instrument, not like a instrument where I play some melodies.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, very nice that it came to us.
Yeah, I it's just it's 7 years between record.
But between the records,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
So how do you feel about that time frame of that EP? It's not even it's a little bit more than an EP really, but to now this album is it a change in sound? Is it darker? Is it deeper? What do you feel?
Mm, I wouldn't say that we have a very. Our darkest song is the first song we wrote, the Mellowdeath. So, but it was our first song, and as we met the first time, we was thinking about doing doom.
Yeah.
So, but then it changed, and I think this the songs of this album are we could do a new album now. We have enough song
Oh,
for the third album,
wow.
so it cost a lot of time to make the second album. So because we are not in the same city, we are not rehearsing together, we are not talking personality together, and then there was this Corona time, and um, so it cost a lot of time. So we have material for now. We have now material for a new album. So yes, we will see. And I think the newest songs are a little bit less dark, maybe. I don't know. In another sense of dark, I think they are more mystery, maybe the new
Okay,
songs.
great. I'm with you on that one. I would agree with that. The first album to me seemed a little bit darker, heavier kind of,
Mm,
and yeah, and then this a lot more melody.
mm,
And of course the structure of it being in that mystery that what did I call it? There's a little bit of mischief. You don't mind like can't think out of there's like a court jester, but not being funny, like a temptress or somebody like that in there trying to say, well, let's go this way. But no,
mm-hmm.
it doesn't go, but
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah,
tries
yeah.
to, right? And I love
Yeah.
that about the record,
Mm-hmm.
start to finish. So, what's the jazz scene like in Germany?
The what? The jazz.
What's the jazz scene, the rock scene? What's the scene like for you guys to perform?
The jazz scene up to now is not very interested in us, or
Okay.
they don't know us. I think they don't know us. Maybe we are also maybe a bit heavy for the jazz scene. That's always a little bit a problem for us. The to We are more in this DIY independent hardcore
Okay.
scene where the next shows, a lot of our shows are with punk bands
Okay.
also, and um yes, we would like to go more in the jazz scene. We played once in a festival in Potsdam where also where jazz were played, but it's not easy to find a platform what where for our music with heavy, crazy jazz uh,
Could you
fusion
guys
like we are doing. So I don't
could
know.
could you guys open for Rammstein?
Ansting?
For Rammstein? Could you open for Rammstein?
Ramstein.
Rammstein, sorry, Rammstein.
Armstein.
Yeah,
No,
duh. Yeah.
no,
No, yeah, I think
no.
you could. I think that'd be a nice change for everybody.
Ah,
It's like a
okay. Ah,
precursor, right?
okay.
I
That
honestly
we
think
go
like
in the position of Rammstein that they go away and
oh,
we
you
will
want to go
be the
after?
stars.
Yeah,
Okay,
take
yes.
everybody. So, so the festivals really, honestly, I think that helps a lot of bands. To be honest with you, around
Mm,
in the United States, obviously we're festival crazy. I think a lot of Europe goes festival crazy for a certain amount of time before the weather changes. Um,
mm,
those are the places where people get to see in the second stages and that. And I love. So I'll give you a hint. And I was going to do this with Sarah too. The Rochester Jazz Festival in Rochester, New York. Huge. It's more than a week long, and they have this tendency to bring in, and they understand the idea of jazz is not just jazz. And
mm-hmm,
I've seen alt country bands that have a jazz flavor in these shows. So that's kind of a place where you could go, you could spend time, and you'd have several shows a night, and at one club, and people just
mm,
kind of move down the city into the different clubs. It's a great experience. So
mm.
that's kind of where it started. Yeah, that's the problem is like, everybody wants to categorize things and you really can't. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. So,
And we're always waiting that someone comes to one of our shows and say, "Oh, I am a booker. I can organize you this festival." Because when you have no contacts, it's not so easy. You
right.
can write somewhere, but they get so many emails that um always when people come to our shows, they are always like this. Oh yeah, it's
It is.
great, and oh, you are so unbelievable. We're so impressed, and but yeah,
Yeah.
that's all.
That's where
So
it ends.
no, I love that the people love it, but it would be easier for us if we can make a tour if someone organized, because we last weekend we had two shows in Berlin, so I went there for two shows to play two shows in Berlin, and then we have so one show in December and then one show in February. So it's
Bars.
it's not so easy if you live in this distance and organize it.
You both of you have day jobs, right?
Yes, yes, yes. But
Uh,
uh, uh
is it something you can do your work and go, or is it
yes,
problematic?
I have the a job where I'm working from Monday until Wednesday. So I am only working 3 days. So I have from Thursday until Sunday I have time to play shows. So that's great. I have a car. I can go everywhere. So yeah, that's
And
nice.
Sarah, where does she wind up in that? Is she
Half time she's living from being a curator of a horror film festival, Final
Oh,
Girls, it's called.
wow.
And the other half time Sarah is a studio musician
Right.
and giving lessons, drum lessons, and so getting jobs here and there, but with music. So half music and half this
Oh,
film thing.
close.
Yeah,
Close.
and I'm living. I'm a music and theater teacher, pedagogue. I'm working with kids,
Nice. It's
so
beautiful. Yeah, get influence them because I look down the rabbit hole of the years to come, and I'm a little scared that they're going to turn a little too soft. I like dark.
mm.
Keep it dark. Make sure they get plenty of Bach.
Huh.
Um, Maybe not Wagner. I don't know. Um, bass. You didn't come into bass right away, but now you're there. You're locked in. I would think. Who's your go to influencers? People you like to listen to, patterned after.
I never had a bass lesson in my life. So, and I never was playing covers on the bass in my life.
Wow.
So, um, I think so. I started with guitar. There, I was playing. The first song I was playing on guitar was "Smoke on the Water." It's
Okay.
sure.
Sure.
So, but then on bass, as I changed to bass, it always came out of me. I was never. I don't know. I think the influence is more under behind somewhere. I never tried to copy someone or play something what someone else is playing. I'm sitting there with the bass and it comes out of me something. I don't know.
Uh, uh, I was when we were listening. My wife is on the panel. She's listened to the album. Several other panelists have as well, and that was kind of the our mindset was that we couldn't say you sound like this or you sounded like this
Mm.
person. You weren't Stanley Clark. You weren't Flea. You were. It was all kinds of things, and I was. That's why I wanted to ask that question. And obviously, we're doing this where Sarah was supposed to be, and you've been thrown in at the last minute. So we're kind of doing this all together, which is great. So does one of you influence more than the other on this? Are you driving this, or the two of you? It's really a complete collaboration, even though the distance is there.
Mm. Ah, I that's not so easy to say. In some songs, I think it's not an easy question. When we are playing together, something happens between us. I
Ah,
don't know.
yeah.
It's
So it's better to be this thing apart where you're sending files, is my assumption.
no, we don't. I never sent files.
Oh,
Never.
okay. Sorry, I didn't.
Never.
Okay,
We
so
will never send files. Um, I did some structures or totally songs at home, and then we meet, and then
okay,
Sarah brings her ideas to this.
okay. So you're
So that's
both.
more. It's not that we're sending files and
Ah,
no,
wow.
we
Okay, so
do it.
then
Then we
in
we
the
make it in person. Yeah.
hence the jazz improv side of it all, right? If you're
Mm-hmm.
not there together, there's no feeling in the room. There's no. I love that. I would have guessed it, but maybe not. But I kind of felt like in that time frame, you want to get things going. So how long it is between, but yeah, that's
Often a lot of time.
yeah.
So when we do a session and have some ideas, then I take it home and maybe we see us 2 months later the next time. And I
Mhm.
have the 3 ideas and then I work on these ideas for an example. So, and I have these recordings from our session and yeah, something new happened. And yeah, so.
Nice. Cool. Well, okay, so we're at that part of the interview. Uh, a lot of people have been waiting for this one. So the albums that you would, and these will be 3 albums, and we'll
Mhm.
start with we'll start with Hell, since this is you know what? No, we'll start with Heaven.
That's good. No,
Y-
let's start
no,
with hell.
let's start with Hell. Okay, so three
Yes.
albums that you would take to Hell.
Yes, because I 3 albums I take to hell. The first album would be from ESG, the South Bronx Story, a
Yeah. Oh,
very
okay. Yep.
yeah from New York.
Yep. Yep.
The three great sisters who do the opposite of us. Three
Yes.
tones, a whole song, and it's grooves like shit. And I will love this album forever.
Nice.
So then the fast tones songs we touched.
Boss tones. Nice.
Yes, but this no, I make it very easy for me because often I don't like every song on one album.
Right.
So the Fast Tones did a compilation of all songs they touched from the Sonics and old garage bands of the 60s, who also was dark and
Oh
um
yeah.
yeah,
Psychedelic.
psychedelic, yes.
Yeah.
So it's an album I think I will it will be on my side until my death in hell. And then maybe something newer from Nels Klein.
Oh,
The
Nels Klein.
currents and consolations. Currents and constellations. I had to
Yes.
write it down. Constellations.
Yes. Was that
The
about?
great guitarist, and he's now I think 69 years old
Oh
and
yeah, he's yeah.
do
You
jazz
wouldn't think
music.
it, but yeah.
Yes, great, great, great. I love this album. Yeah.
Yeah, he's played with Julian Lage. He's part of Wilco. He's an
Yeah.
underrated jazz guitarist in some
Yeah.
cases. I always bring up my favorite album that I play all the time is Lovers. The
It's the
double
first,
album.
I
It's
think.
just
Oh,
he's just
yeah.
crazy good. And then he had a
Mm.
record this year, Concentric Quartet, which was in our lists that we were thinking, but you guys beat him out, so you can take
Mhm.
that to the bank, right? That you guys beat Nels Klein for getting into the top 25 albums of 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So, would that be someone you'd want to play with Nels, if or would you be
That would be
intimidated?
great. Or guitarist. It would be great.
Yeah, yeah. He likes it dark. There's no question.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
likes it dark.
Yeah. Yeah.
um. Okay, so now you get to go to heaven.
To
You know. So
heaven. Okay. I think I would take it's more a person I would take to heaven, and it's the grandmother of bass, Carol Kay. Carol
Care,
Kay. Carol Kay. I don't know. My English is very bad. Maybe I pronounce it bad. I'm picking. She only did one solo album with own compositions, and she it called Picking Up the E String from Carol Kay. It's a very groovy album, and she only was studio musicians for the Beach Boys and for
oh,
Tina
okay.
Turner in the 60s, but she never went to stage. That's very sad. And
Yeah.
she was the first person who played the bass with a pick.
Wow. All right, that I didn't
So
know.
yeah, and I would take her album to hell because she she needs her album go have to go to hell
Has
to
to go to
heaven.
heaven. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she
Okay.
still lives. She's really old. I think she's 90 years
Wow.
old. Yes.
Wow. Yeah, the studio musician with the Beach Boys and all that. That's you don't get to sit with those guys unless you know what you're doing, especially with Wilson because his ear is,
Mm.
a different beast. So yeah.
Yeah.
So any
Yes,
other?
then I was switching between two albums, Cure, the first album of The Cure, and
Oh, okay.
Karate Pockets.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit switching which one I would take to heaven. So I don't know, but what I also would take to heaven there would be Eric Satie, a classical componist of the 20s.
Okay.
I don't know, a French
No, I
compositor.
don't. I'm not familiar. You'll have to send that one
Yes,
to me so I can put it up there.
yeah,
Yeah. Composer completely like multi instrumentalist or
yeah, yeah. He was a piano player, and he made some. I loved a circle of songs of him who called chansons de la belle époque, chansons de la belle époque, and also with lyrics. And he was very crazy for his time in the 20s. I think he was the punk rocker of the classical music in that time. So had very he did some really crazy things. And I was also playing the piano as I was studying.
Hmm.
Didn't have bass, and when I was studying, and as an instrument we only had boring instruments like vocals, guitar, and I think violin. We also had violin, and so. But I took piano and vocals in my studies as my instruments, and so then I was playing. The reason was to play songs of Eric Satie. One of the reasons, and
It's hard
continue
to get
with
a
this.
piano. Hard to get a piano on stage too. I kind
Yes, yes.
of so many bands I saw through the years. I'd be like, wow, I hope they play that song. I'm thinking to myself, they played that on a grand piano. There's no way they're going to bring that on stage. I just remember one of the bands actually he brought out a little mini and he did it on there, and it was like, it sounded different, but they found a way, right? And people with horn sections in their albums, I'm like, well, they're
Mm.
not going to bring a horn section with them. And so with the one band, they brought a scat singer who did the horn with her mouth
Hmm.
to make
Good
to make the
idea.
noise. That's cool
Mm.
ideas, right? You can always,
Yeah.
and I'm sure with the two of you in this live show, I you don't know how bad I want to get on a plane and go to Berlin as soon as possible just to hear it because I just duo. Everybody will say, and obviously you're a drummer. Sarah will Rush is playing, right? They got a female drummer, right? I'm sure she was in
Mm.
the running. Um, there's three people making all that noise, right? And now it's
Mm.
two people making all that noise, right? And that just blows my mind. No matter whether
Mm.
it's guitar and drum or bass and drum, I think it's
Mm.
incredible. And when you tell me that you're not doing any of the electronical mellow, that people use, that's even more incredible to me. So I'm hoping
Mm.
that everyone out there, the album is Mellowdeath, the band is Mellowdeath. They do have an EP, Death Stairs, that came out 7 years prior, basically somewhere around there.
Yeah, yes, around,
But
yes.
that a little bit darker in a doomier kind of situation, but still jazz rock, still jazz fusion. I know when I say fusion, that's weird to say when it's only a drum and bass, but it's still fusion to me. The way it's fused with another genre. Uh,
Mm.
I want to thank Isabel for coming on. I truly love the interview. I love the melody. I'm going to take that to my grave as well. I'm probably going to use that more times than I you probably should. You know what? You should probably get a copyright so I have to pay you every time.
Okay.
Uh, they've got jobs, a busy schedule, but I'm telling you right now, they're traversing a beautiful place in jazz that has not been explored to this extent, and I love it, and you should too. There are truly two remarkable musicians that can handle just about anything. I would think their band is two, and it's very tight, but I got a feeling there's a lot more ahead. This is one of the best new jazz records of the year, and it's battling position now for us, wound up being the 24th album of 2025. Congratulations on this.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah, for giving you the last minute notice and get hopping on. And your English is fine. You're good. My German horrible. Anything else? Are you guys playing anywhere like immediate?
Yes. I hope that there will be a show on day 7. I look. Um, and in
Where
Berlin,
would people send me the link to where people should go? Because I found one site where there was, and I want to have a link so that I can provide it. So I have somebody. I'll even ask Ear Split too if they're
yes, in Instagram you can find
Instagram.
the upcoming shows.
Okay.
So Sarah is posting that on Instagram. The next show, normally, as they say that it will be 17th of January in Berlin in Reset Club, but it's closed. In Berlin, everything closed. And then new things come. It's always like the last show also was quitted, and the place changed in
Okay.
one day. And in Berlin,
Wow.
everything is very fast living, and not, you can never know what happened. So, but for sure, we will play, and it's a great pleasure for us. We play in February the 8th with Lydia Lunch from
Okay.
US. That will be very great. And we do a film music to the Doctor of Caligari, the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari,
Wow.
at the end, at the day 30 of January
Okay.
in Bielefeld, where I'm living. Yes.
That's where you're okay.
And so, and there will come some shows. How I told you, it's one show a month here, and then sometimes there are 2 months nothing, and then a little bit more. So we are waiting that something happens, that someone contact us.
Yeah. I will
And
I
we
will
are also trying to get shows, but it's not so easy.
no, I'll send out to the Rochester Jazz Festival the contact I have
Yeah.
just to see what they get, because I'm sure that they, if they want, they'll fly you in and set you up and set that up. That'd be great. Then we can meet in person. But
Yes.
all right. So
Great.
thank you again for doing this. Everybody, don't pass this one up. If you're a jazz, you want to do a little bit more of experimenting in your jazz listening habits. This is one of those you do. You got to do it. If you like film score, mystery, intrigue, and of course a little darkness, you're in for a
Hmm.
treat. We're
Yes.
on the web at beyondyourradio.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, of course. No, I don't do TikTok. I'm too old. Articles, videos, podcasts coming soon. It's all about albums, bands like these, artists like these, anything we can get our hands on. Go Beyond Your Radio with us, a real music appreciation channel. Thanks for watching. Happy listening.